Okay, so in this lab simulation here, we are working with Microsoft Azure Fundamentals lab simulations, and we are going to implement an Azure IoT hub. So let's get started. So in this walkthrough, we will configure a new Azure IoT hub in Azure Portal, and then authenticate a connection to an IoT device using the online Raspberry Pi device simulator. Sensor data and messages are passed from the Raspberry Pi simulator to our Azure IoT hub, and you view metrics for the messaging activity in Azure Portal. So let's get started. We are going to sign on to our Azure Portal. Oh, spelled that wrong. All right, so from here, let's log in with our credentials. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is we are going to go to up here in this top left corner, 3 lines. We're going to go to all services, and up in the field here we are going to type IoT. We should get the IoT hub services right here. From here we are going to click create. So on the basics tab, we are going to fill in the fields with all the information that we need to use. So we are going to use the default subscription here, and the drop down menu we're going to have a default resource group that we're going to use. For our IoT hub name, we are going to copy and paste this information. Region is going to stay as East US. And then from here, we are going to wait for the tier field to load, and we're going to select the free tier. So this is going to take a bit of time. Okay, perfect. Now we are going to select the free tier. At this point, we're going to click review and create. Here's our confirmation page. We are going to hit the create button now. And we're going to wait until the Azure IoT Hub instance is deployed. And then after that, we are going to add our IoT device. So let's just wait until this deployment is done. We are monitoring it right now in the notifications area here. Alright, it's done deploying. So now we are going to click go to resource. And now we are going to, let's see, what we want to do now is to add a new IoT device. We are going to go to device management here, and we're going to click devices. And then from here, we're going to click add device. Now, we're going to provide a name for the new IoT device here. It's going to be my Raspberry Pi. And we're going to keep everything else as default. And we are going to click save. So here it is. Next, we're going to select the Raspberry Pi, and we're going to copy the primary connection string, which is this field right here. We'll copy to clipboard. Next thing we are going to do is test the device using a Raspberry Pi simulator. So we are going to open up a new tab here, and we're going to copy and paste this URL, which is aka.ms/raspi. We're going to click enter. Oh, whoops, hold on, typed it in wrong twice. There we go, click enter. Okay, it brings us to this page right here. So next thing we are going to do is in the code area on the right hand side here, we're going to locate the line with const connection string, which is right here on number 15, and we're going to replace it with the connection string you copied from the Azure portal. And note that the connection string includes the device ID and shared access keys. So we'll take a look at that in a minute. So let's click here. We are going to get rid of all this information, and then we are going to paste. Okay, that's looking good. So we have the device ID right here, which is my Raspberry Pi, and then the shared access key, which is right there. Perfect. Next, we're going to click run. So let's click run. So from here, the console output should show the sensor data and messages that are sent from the Raspberry Pi simulator to the Azure IoT Hub. Data and messages are sent each time Raspberry Pi simulator LED flashes. And as you can see, it's flashing up here. Every time we get one, we start sending information here. So we have communication happening on our IoT Azure Hub with our Raspberry Pi simulator. And yeah, alright, so from here we're going to stop the test. We're going to return to the Azure portal. Now we're going to switch the IoT Hub overview. So let's, in our search field, go to our IoT Hub. Let's click that. Now we're at the overview of our IoT Hub. And here on the IoT Hub usage, we could see messages used today 3. The information to view usage, we're going to change the time frame here to show data for the last hour. And maybe I have to refresh this page. Maybe. There we go. Now you can see the usage used today shot up, went from 3 to 27. Let me change to the last hour. And we got some telemetry happening here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We set up an Azure IoT Hub to collect sensor data from an IoT device. And that's it. From here we'll go to Home. We'll go to all of our resources. Click Delete. And that is completing our lab simulation. So thanks for watching.